Now it sounds like they're they had. Trust me, there were meetings in Las Vegas last night. Can we still afford all these guys? What do we do about Max, et cetera, et cetera? Right now, it seems like they're
a lot of shit going on, bro.
All the deals they agreed to, and they can take their time with
It's
Max.
crazy.
They say Buffalo calls and says, "We'll give you 2 twos," and
if
it's
the
like,
price
well, we
is
were
right, sure.
That's the point.
Need to get right to
his
this
physical
thing.
might be good enough for lesser compensation.
Yeah, of course.
If the
Right
question's
to it.
about his
Different
long-term,
team.
that's what I mean.
Right.
Max Crosby can and probably will still be traded. The difference is it will most likely be for less, far less.
I think
than this was.
It's entertaining to talk about all the different possibilities, but just the Max Crosby impact is huge because now he will be lesser. It'll go for a smaller number of picks, and it could be on a team that's competitive. We could see Lamar Jackson in the Ravens in the playoffs.
We could talk about Max Crosby and this whole trade situation between the Raiders and the Ravens. I don't know what's going on with that. I think this is something that I've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, a guy who's currently on the roster goes up for a trade, can't pass the physical of, you know, the team that's supposedly trading for him. I ain't never seen that before. But that's not why I came on here to talk about the NFL and Max Crosby. I came on here to talk about Bam Adebayo scores 83 points in last night's game versus the Washington Wizards. Insane.
That means Hendrickson stays in the
Insane. And we about to get into it. Just hold on one second.
This season as he becomes part of the Ravens. Here is Adam Schefter earlier on Get Up with
They score 150 points. Bam Adebayo shot 43 free throws in this game, man. You know, I mean, and I posted last night, no disrespect to Bam. I mean, I've always liked his game, but he is not the guy, you know, to be second all-time scoring in a game behind Wilt Chamberlain. Be not Kobe Bryant for that spot. I mean, it just left a bad taste. You know, it don't sit well with me. You dig what I'm saying? Pause. But to me, it's insane. I mean, how does Bam score 83 points in an NBA game? It's insane, bro. Insane. And the funny part about it, I'm watching First Take right now. First Take opened up with the Baltimore Ravens. Why would you open up with Baltimore and Max Crosby? That's not the top story. The top story is the 83 points that Bam just scored. So why is you First Take? Why would you open up your show with Max Crosby, bro? It makes no sense to me. Every show in America should have opened up with this story. This is the top story in the country right now when it comes to sports. I was amazed. I was absolutely shocked. All right, so here goes some more context right here. Let me play it.
by late in the third, and his teammates began fouling to preserve time and ultimately help Bam eclipse Kobe's 81 points. Bam Adebayo finished with 83 points in the Heat's win over the Wizards. His previous career high was 41 points. Bam went on an astonishing 36 of 43 from the free throw line. Here he was.
How does it feel to hear your name with Wilt, Bam, Kobe?
First of all, let me just stop right there. How does it feel to hear your name with Wilt, Bam, and then Kobe? Bro, listen. I know it gotta make him feel really good. I mean, it's a hell of an accomplishment, no doubt about it. Shouts out to him. He's in the, in the record books, and he's gonna be spoken about for a long time when it comes down to scoring points in an NBA game. There's something that he can hold his hat on. But at the same time, bro, when you hear scoring, you hear Wilt, Kobe, and then Bam seems like an outlier. Like, if you put remember when we was kids, like they used to have these little exercises in school where it said what does not belong. You know what I'm saying? If you put those three up, Wilt, Kobe, Bam Adebayo, people like which one does not belong? Like Bam Adebayo does not belong in that category. And so bro, I mean, it's just to me, it's just like, bro, what the hell is going on, man? 83 points, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. The NBA and the Washington Wizards and everybody, it had to be a conspiracy to allow Bam to do what he did. Now, mind you, he got to make the shot. But 43 free throws, bro? Like, at what point do you not foul this guy? 43 free throws, like, he was fouled more than any probably single person have in history. Like, he was fouled more than some teams in a complete total game. 43 free throw attempts, bro. That's insane. That's crazy.
Obviously, it's top 3 performances of all time. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the truth right now.
So with his performance, Adebayo now joins a list
I know
of
I said a
basketball
whole lot
royalty.
in my
He's
mic
just the
with these
third player in
balls.
NBA history to drop 80 points in a game. He officially scored more than Kobe's 81 against Toronto.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying, cause I know y'all to hear it. If you go back to when you was in school, when they had us do these exercises in like elementary, it's like, which one of these does not belong? And you got Wilt, Bam, Kobe. Which one does not belong? You know what I'm saying? That's just, I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. The NBA, the Washington Wizards, both coaching staffs, it had to be a conspiracy to allow Bam to get off like that, bro. And now, I know he had to make the shots, but 43 free throws, bro. 43 free throws. Shit is absolutely insane. Insane.
In 2006, and only shy of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game back in 1962. Now we have a chance to reflect back on this performance last night. Stephen A. is actually in South Beach, right down the street from this is where this all went down. How amazing was this performance?
And Doggy, let's see what they got to say.
Well, listen, I mean, I'm going to let Doggy go. I'm going to just say a few words and then let Doggy go because Lord knows he's going to be the spoiler alert coming up with him. But 83 points is 83 points. And Bam Adebayo is one of the best people that you could ever meet in professional sports. He's a really good guy. He's a 3-time All-Star. He's a better than average player. He's a pretty damn good player. He's an All-Star caliber player. He's not that kind of scorer. I mean, before this, his career high was 41 points for crying out loud. So for him to drop 83 points last night, there's a lot of things that we could take into consideration that I would leave to Doggy before I come back and piggyback Doggy and correct him on the error of some of his ways. But in the end, what it comes down to, he hit 7 3-pointers. He ended up with 83 points, second all-time to Wilt Chamberlain, surpassing Kobe's 81 points. And in the end, what it comes down to is that, hey, 83 points is 83 points. I'll bring up the Wizards part and all of that other stuff a little bit later. But Doggy, the floor is yours. Take it.
Now, I give him props on that. 83 is 83, but you got to think about it. Washington Wizards, they're not a good team, okay? They're horrible, okay? But at the same time, at what point do you stop fouling this man and putting him on the free throw line? Because without those 43 free throw attempts and those 30, I think he made 36 of those, without those made, he don't get close to this record. So at what point, you don't have to foul this man. The score, they had 150 points in the game for crying out loud. It was a blowout, okay? So at what point do you not foul this man? Come on, man. It's simple mathematics. He got 70 points. You steady putting him on the free throw line. Now, when Kobe's 81 point scoring game, Kobe had like what? He only had 20 something free throw attempts. Okay, this man went to the line 43 times, bro. All right, let's check out what Doggy got.
You know, Stevie, you want to bow down to this? Go bow down. I'm not bowing down. He took 43 shots. When David Thompson in 1978 scored 73, he was 28 of 38 from the field. When Doncic did it a few years ago, he was 25 of 38. Even Kobe only took 46 shots. He made 28 of them. He took 43 shots, under 50%, which there's 9 guys. Wilt did it 5 times. There's 9 guys over 70. He's by far the worst shooting percentage. 22 threes. 22 threes in the game? He's a 7-footer. I know everybody shoots threes. 22. But here's the worst thing. Well, first off, what Spoelstra did with the shenanigans of the game is a complete disgrace. And there's always some example of that. Wilt had some shenanigans with him in 62. I understand there's always a little fooling around with the game.
More context for you guys. Do you see this? Bam, out of all the 70-point scores in NBA history, he had the worst field goal shooting percentage of everybody. The man shot 43 attempts, only made 20 shots, 47% from the field. So if he don't get to the free throw line, he don't touch this record, bro. Like, I'm just going to be honest, dog. I can't respect it. Like, 43 is 43. Like I said, no disrespect to Bam, but the actual feat and the record and how it was done, I can't respect it. That's just me, dog. When you look at Luka in 2024, he had 76%. Devin Booker had 53% shooting from the field. So there's more context in the showing why, hey, you gotta, I can't respect it.
But the Heat fouling the Wizards right away to stop the clock. I mean, really? When you're up by 40? And the third thing is, he took 43 free throws in the game. 43 free throws. You know the career high of Kobe and Jordan in the free throws are 27. So let me get this straight. Bam shot 16 more free throws in a game that Jordan never did, that Kobe...
DNC, something told me to go and watch this game when this shit was unfolding, bro. But I didn't even go and watch it. But I already knew bullshit was going on. Did you just see what just happened just now? Okay, they are missing free throws intentionally. The Wizards getting a rebound. They are fouling the Wizards so they can stop the clock to give them more time to get Bam the ball so he can get fouled and go back to the free throw line to break this record, bro. This shit is absolutely ridiculous, dog. The NBA is a joke. It's a spectacle now. I cannot watch NBA games, bro. College, high school, this is where it's at. Even youth basketball is way more entertaining than the NBA. And this Adam Silver bullshit. David Stern is rolling around somewhere in his grave because of the atrocity and how far in the depths the NBA has gone to be relevant. It's just not a very entertaining game, man, when you have to do stuff like this, bro, to get people to watch. And I didn't even turn my TV. I was watching college last night, bro. I did not turn from the college games to watch this bullshit. I didn't, because it's nothing, like, it's boring, bro. No defense whatsoever. Like, where is the effort in the NBA to play defense and to stop somebody? It's not like that in college. Those guys earn their points in college. NBA, the lane is wide open. You know what I'm saying? You got no post moves. A guy like Bam shooting 20-something threes in a game, when in college those same guys got their back to the basket and they're utilizing their George Mikan moves and their Kevin McHale moves and doing their best rendition of Shaquille O'Neal in college. And this is what we want to see out of big man. I don't know where they got this 3-point shooting shit. We don't want to see it, bro. Even the young boys, I don't think youngsters want to see this shit. Who are they catering to? They're trying to make this NBA and this game, bro, more relevant to have overseas players be competitive in the sport. Because if you go back to the basket, most of these European guys can't compete with the physical nature of how the NBA used to be. And that's what we want to see. We don't want to see this soft-ass shit, bro. Adam Silver, fuck, man. Look, bro, the owners need to get together and fire this guy. This shit sucks.
He ever did. I mean, that's ridiculous. He took 36 of 43. Wilt was 28 of 32 when he had the 119-62. 28 of 32, and he took 14 more free throws than Wilt. I mean, calm down. Listen, 83 points, go ahead. Just sign up, enjoy it, bow down, have fun. Social media, knock him dead. You want to call me a guy who's going to throw it to be a dark cloud? Go ahead. I don't care. Old man screaming on my lawn? I'm not interested. But when you shoot 43 times and shoot less than 50%, when you shoot 43 free throws and you go 7 for 22 from 3
man, it's like
against a horrendous team, and you're in the game in the last 5 minutes, and Spoelstra's fouling the Wizards to get more possession so he can score
that's the most egregious part of this whole thing. Erik Spoelstra intentionally fouling the Wizards, stopping the clock to get more possessions so Bam can ultimately get more opportunities to break the record, and not even opportunities to break the record for his field goals is concerned, because he was less than 50% shooting the ball. It was just opportunities for the Wizards to in turn foul him and put him on the free throw line. This is a free throw record. Where is Bubba Dub when you need him? The NBA is trash. It's garbage.
That's not the way it should be. And I'll tell you right now, he'd never admit it. I bet you Pat Riley feels the same.
And it was a blowout. Why are you fouling? You up.
Let me say this to you, Doggy.
21 points, 50 to 29.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to disagree with your tone and who you're directing this ire at. It's not Bam Adebayo's fault.
He ain't saying it was Bam's fault. He said Erik Spoelstra and the Wizards.
At halftime. He had 62 through 3 quarters, and he had 70 points with 9 minutes left. It ain't his fault that the Washington Wizards are trash. It's not his fault that you had literally had them being participants in this career night, because at some point in time, they posed pretty much no resistance, okay? Then you're talking about cats fouling folks on purpose just to get more possessions, to give Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And let me tell y'all something. If I'm on the Wizards, if I'm a coaching staff, the head coach on the Wizards, there's no way this dude breaks that record. Once he got close, got 60, 70, like that was it. Every time he got the ball, it would have been a blitz. I don't care. 3 people, like, dude, give it up. You're not getting another shot off. You're not. I don't care who scored a basketball. You're not getting another shot off. And that would have been simple. It would have been done. The game was out of hand. They were already up 20-something points. It wasn't a game where Miami needed to even score. After you realize that he's going for the record, you should be like, okay, nah, you're not getting that on my watch. You're not getting it. Now, if you get it in the course of a battle, we're both in the battle, and you know, the win and the loss is on the line. You know what I'm saying? Where we can't give other people open shots. Because if we do that, we could lose the game. But the game was already over. They were already down down a ton with a few minutes left in the game. It should have been a blitz on Adebayo every time to get the ball out of his hands to make sure that you don't break this record on my watch. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no way that shit would have happened.
An opportunity at the record and stuff like that. Certainly they tainted it. It's not his fault. He went out there and did what he was supposed to do. And even though he didn't shoot 50% from the field, last time I checked, Doggy, shooting 48, 47% from the field is not bad either. He hit 20 of 43 shots, okay? It wasn't like it was 13 of 43. He hit 20 of 43 shots. That's close enough, okay? Wasn't great from 3-point range. 7 of 22 when Kobe shot 7 7 of 13. When Kobe did it within the flow of his game and the game itself. It got to a point where they were giving him the rock because they knew that Kobe was going for it. He hit 28 of 46 shots. He hit 7 of 13 threes. He was in constant attack mode. I know Sam Mitchell, the coach of the Toronto Raptors, former coach of the year, by the way. We know what he brought to the table as a damn good head coach. What did he say? We did everything. We doubled them. You understand what I'm saying? We screamed. We did everything that we could. We changed defenders on them. Kobe just gave it to us. It's like, damn, what can you do? That clearly was not the case with Bam Adebayo last night. But you can point the finger at Spoelstra. You can point the finger at his teammates. You can point the finger at how atrocious the Washington Wizards were last night and how this will be a blemish on their franchise for years and years to come. But you can't blame Bam Adebayo because obviously he had it going and he knew it from the first quarter on because he never had a game like that in his life, and we saw that, okay? This is a guy that was basically a cat catching alley-oops, but through Eric Spoelstra and his coaching staff led by my man Caron Butler, who was the best friend of Kobe Bryant's, by the way, loved Kobe to death. Kobe loved him too, and obviously he's an assistant coach on the Miami Heat that's been working with Bam Adebayo for a long time, along with the other coaches. You got to give credit where credit is due with the development that has come along because Bam is a pretty damn good player. Let's not blame him. That's my only disagreement with you. You acting like it's his fault that Cat sat up there and laid down.
No. Listen, everybody keeps saying no disrespect to Bam. Shout out to Bam. We're not saying that it was his fault, okay? But we're definitely saying that we can't respect it based on everything that went on around this whole thing. Yeah, 83 points is 83 points. But we got to take into account how he got those 83 points. 43 free throw attempts, okay? We have to look at that. He shot the ball not particularly well from the field, under 50%, 47% free throw shooting. He shot 43 times, okay? Not only that, look at his percentage from three-point line. He shot 22 threes. He made 7 of them. That's horrible, okay? Why is Bam shooting 22 three-point attempts? Why is that, okay? Then with the game out of reach for Washington in the fourth quarter, why are Miami is winning the game? Miami is up. Why are the Miami Heat intentionally fouling the Washington Wizards to get the ball back and get more possessions? Why would they do that? They are already winning the game. It makes no sense. So no, we're not blaming Bam Adebayo. Of course, he's going to take advantage. Of course, if he's going to be the recipient of, okay, I'm going to surpass Kobe, I'm going to get 83 points, of course he's going to take it. Who's going to say no to that? So it's not his fault. He's just doing what he do and playing basketball within the confines of what Eric Spoelstra, the Miami Heat, and the Washington Wizards are allowing him to do. Eric Spoelstra, there's no way he should have been calling intentional fouls at the end of that game. It's atrocious, bro. It makes the NBA look weak. It makes the NBA look weak, bro. That somebody, a player of Bam's offensive caliber, can go out and score 83 points. It waters everything down, man. It makes the league look soft, bro. I'm just telling you. I don't like it.
And tried to pave the way for him. It was embarrassing in certain respects.
43 free throws.
Exactly. All of that, you're absolutely right. But again, I'm not blaming him for it. I'm blaming them. I'm blaming the game. I'm blaming the Wizards. I'm blaming the Miami Heat. I'm not blaming him. Bam Adebayo can ball. He's not a scrub. He's not a scorer like that. And it wasn't equal to Kobe's performance. It wasn't equal to Wilt Chamberlain's performance. None of that. That is absolutely true. But this is a day that he deserves to be celebrated because he's one of the good guys that goes about the business of grabbing his lunch pail and showing up to work every day and doing what he can to be the best that he can be. Bam. It just so happens that Ime Udoka, the head coach for the Houston Rockets, he has the soundbite of the day when told about Bam Adebayo's performance last night. He brought up the 43 free throws, and then he said, and it was against the Wizards. That's what he said, and that said it all. That's where I get it. But I'm not blaming Bam Adebayo for that. Congrats to him. It's his moment.
He deserves his flowers. 83 points is nothing to shy away from. I agree with that. However, and I'm curious on your thoughts here. If maybe, it doesn't matter who the opponent was, if maybe he didn't pass Kobe, if we erase some of those free throws down the stretch, because it's not like he was having this prolific scoring night in the second half and in the fourth quarter. The first half, yes. But we erase that and maybe he didn't quite pass Kobe, would we feel different about it? If maybe he was the third, because his career high before that was 41.
We'd feel significantly different about it from this standpoint. We would mention the fact that he did what he did. We would say it was against the Wizards, and we'd move on. But the fact that it surpassed Kobe's record of 81 points, it demands a more in-depth discussion because now you're comparing the performances. And when you saw Kobe, one would argue Kobe needed to do what he did in that game back in 2006 in order to beat the Toronto Raptors that night. The Toronto Raptors weren't trash. They weren't a team that had you thinking about the swamp. I mean, think about this. We all know how we feel about what the hell's been going on in Washington. And now we're sitting up there and saying there's actually something worse than the politics. It's their basketball team. That's what we're thinking about when we're talking about the Wizards, okay? You certainly didn't have that kind of mentality when it came to talking about Sam Mitchell's coached Toronto Raptors. No, you weren't thinking along those lines.
Yeah. And I don't like the sign there. The sign, the famous sign is Wilt with the 100. That's the sign.
Yeah, but he was trying to emulate that.
Well, he's trying to emulate passing Kobe.
Well, and that too.
I mean,
I don't
Wilt's
know. The passing
sign.
Kobe.
Wilt's the sign. He's the sign.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know because most of us didn't. Only the spectators in attendance saw Wilt. We all saw Kobe.
But
That's the difference.
But he did have the 100-point thing. He had the little piece of paper there with the 100.
All right, we got to go. After the break, chaos in San Antonio yesterday.
So yeah, man, you see it. I just had to come on here, man, and give my thoughts. I just think the NBA is watered down. I don't like it. The way that it went down with Bam, not shooting particularly well, of course, 22 three-point attempts. I don't think he should be taking that many three-point shots. And the actual flow of the game, it didn't warrant 83 points. For Bam, they were already well ahead of the Wizards. I think Bam had like 70-something with like 4 or 5 minutes left. They were well ahead. If he'd have got it within the flow of the game, so be it. But you're missing free throws intentionally to get more possessions. And what's the most egregious part of this whole thing with Bam Adebayo is the fact that they were intentionally fouling the Washington Wizards to get more possessions in that game. It's unforgivable. It's highly, disrespectful to the game, to my opinion. It makes the NBA look weak. Adam Silver, he needs to go. I mean, the NBA has been horrible since Adam Silver been the commissioner. No David Stern, the NBA. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. Horrible.